there's been a lot of recent advances over the last 5 to 8 years with regards to digital technologies. Information communication technologies has just progressed massively. The ability to use cyber-physical systems to optimize your business processes, to optimize your operations, your maintenance is what we call as digital optimization. So how do you exploit data from particular systems and make that system perform better? That's what we term as digital optimization. So the primary benefit is the ability to get data from assets and the ability to connect the data to different parts of the network. We are living in a world where most organizations are global. The impact of what we do at a local level has a global impact as well. Just by connecting information from different places, we are now able to see a bigger picture of what's happening. This allows us to take better decisions with regards to sustainability, business performance, operations, people, whatever we think requires to be done to move the needle forward. So let's consider an example where we go to a supermarket and we want to buy some fresh produce. Having an ability to check where that particular fruit or vegetable has come from. Was it sourced sustainably? What is the route it followed? As a consumer, it just allows me to make a better choice. And on the other hand, if I can actually track back where it's coming from, I now know whether people who actually grow this have been paid fairly. Are there some unfair practices which they're following? So there's a whole kind of ecosystem which builds around just having the fact that you have data available. You're able to make much more conscious choices about what we eat, for instance. There are 3 risks from where I've seen it in the industry. The primary risk is about the haves and the have-nots. So when you think about developing in developed economies, the access to these technologies is actually really important. You will be quite quickly left with a situation where you've got a certain population who's got access to all these great technologies, reap its benefits. You will then have other populations who can't use these technologies. How do you bridge that gap? That's risk number 1 for me. Kind of an associated risk is once you start talking about digital and optimization, there is a tendency that we will still keep doing the same thing. Actually, digital means you have to function in a different manner. Organizationally, you change. The decisions you take change. So how do you change yourself? How do you evolve as an organization to accommodate digital? That's the second risk. The third risk, simply we don't know where this technology is going to go. There is a social piece to it. We don't know where the internet would go 20 years back, and the explosion it has had some, yes, there are economic benefits, but there are some social implications as well. So how do you factor in the impact of technology development on societal values and what's currently happening at the moment? So from a government perspective, there are probably 2 things it can do. There's one which it can do at a reasonably high level. There's one which is more tactical, which can be done quite quickly. At a higher level, it's how do you prep your country's market for these technologies? Now, there'll always be a tendency to see these technologies from a commercial benefit perspective. Actually, you also need to start guiding organizations towards embedding some of the sustainability goals within these objectives. So that's probably things which it needs to do at a more macro level. At more tactical level, how do you create the knowledge pool, the centers of excellence where small and medium-sized enterprises can come and learn about these technologies so that they become early adopters and gain the benefits? From an organization's perspective, it's about becoming aware of some of the sensitivities when you work within a country. So how do you factor in the culture of that country, the technology infrastructure of that country, and come up with an optimal combination of technologies which are required to improve your business performance in that country? There is no one-size-fits-all approach here. It's how do you take something and then repeat it and tweak it as you go along. That's the role of an organization here. A great example of digital optimization is this company in Australia which makes machines which generates potable water. So this is a portable system which you can deploy in any remote location and delivers good quality water for everyday purposes. Now this machine has lots of sensors, makes use of analytics, Internet of Things sensors to self-monitor itself, do the necessary repairs, and call in specialist maintenance people when it's required. Now, if you kind of then extrapolate that, you can say, wait, I can deploy this machine to any remote community in the world and have the ability to give them clean drinking water any day of the year. That's a really good example of how digital optimization can impact people's lives. The potential is enormous. The applications, the use is only limited by our imagination. We have seen the benefits it's been delivering for the last 5 to 6 years. When you think about what can be done over the next 20 to 30 years, I think this is going to have a really significant impact on the way we live going forward.